Hello, friends. Hello. Sorry that I am a little bit late logging in, but I made it. My hair is still wet because I am in the middle of finals and I had to take a brief pause for my finals exam so that I can come on live because I did not want to postpone this live anymore than I have already. So I am glad. It's been a long time since I've come on live on this channel. And this channel has gone through a lot of changes throughout the years. I remember when I started back in 2017 as an enthusiastic homeschooling mom, where I was uploading videos as the homeschooling Mommy and Mia Homeschool Chronicles. From there, I changed it over to the Ingrid Chronicles, and now the Cooking Chronicles with Ingrid, where I am totally dedicating this channel to the cooking niche, where I share all of the dishes that I make and serve up to my family and friends, new recipes, old recipes, you name it. That's what you see on this channel. But as a content creator, I'm always evolving and changing and, making sure that the content that I bring for my viewers stays relevant, right? Because you want to make sure that you're putting things out there that people want to actually watch. And so I am so happy that I changed over to the cooking niche. It has really been very therapeutic. My channel has always been therapeutic for me. It is where I can open up and it serves as a channel for me to release whatever I need to release. It's just an outlet for me. I do it for fun. And I've met some great people along the way and continue to meet some great people that share the same interests when it comes to vlogging from our kitchens. And so I wanted to come on live because there's going to be yet another change coming into my channel. This one is going to be a little bit more intentional on the types of dishes that I serve and that I will be serving up moving forward. It's hard because when you come from a culture, everyone has culture, of course. And when you are accustomed to eating a certain type of way and making foods a certain type of way and serving them up to your friends and family, well, you begin to get used to of that way of cooking, of that way of eating. It's a lifestyle, right? So when you have to make changes, because even though you try to cook them as healthy as possible, sometimes it can still cause some type of health consequence. And so I want to make smarter choices, healthier choices, learn how to cook those dishes differently where we can still enjoy them, but at least it can be a little bit more healthy. But of course, I don't know about y'all, but I find it very difficult. For me, when you try to find a healthy alternative, there's still something that you still have to be careful with. Okay, so but I'm gonna try my best to make and change and bring forth recipes that are still delicious and still healthier to eat, right? And not change them so much, because sometimes when you try to make a healthier version of something, it really is a hit or miss, right? And so I've been finding myself trying to make new, healthier versions of some dishes that we actually love. And, it's hard, especially when you have to do like a low carb, no sugar, no salt. It's basically everything is so bland. And again, I am from a Puerto Rican descent, so everything has tons of flavor. So it's learning how to use like the herbs and the spices in a way that's going to still have the foods have all of those flavors in it, minus raising or spiking your glucose or your hypertension, right? So I wanted to share with you some ingredients that I'm going to be incorporating into my dishes to kind of make a healthier version of them. And so just bear with me, because I am trying to go into my channel and I don't know why you. There we go. I am here. This is my history, your videos. That's what I was looking for. You can see I am, but see, this is taking me back to, I want to go to my channel, and hopefully that is it. And I can go to my live, and then here we are, just in case if anyone is leaving a comment. And here we go. All right, so these are some of my favorite items that I have found that have been helpful for me to kind of, let's say, keep the integrity of my dishes, where my family is like, hey, you made something is off, it doesn't taste quite the same. Like I said, when you're making when you're altering the dishes, it can be a hit or miss. Some things can be good, it tastes almost the same. Others is just like, nah, let's not even put this on the menu type of thing. But I'm going to start off with, I'm trying to find the right sugar alternative, and that's one that I'm kind of struggling with because, you know, the normal sugar that we were raised in having is the regular granulated sugar, right? And so that is not good, especially if you are either pre-diabetic or diagnosed with any type of diabetes. And so finding an alternative sugar to substitute that can be also tricky, because you find those alternative sugars that still contain some type of ingredient that may not spike your glucose levels, but they can cause other harmful side effects. And so with that, we have to be careful. And so the first thing that I picked up was this monk fruit in the raw. 0 calorie sweetener. Again, some of these things, they have the keto friendly on them. They have the 0 calories, net carb type of thing, plant based. So they beautify it. And I don't want to speak negatively about this particular brand, because I haven't even opened it yet, so I want to try it out. But you also want to look at the ingredients. And so I should have brought my glasses. And one of the ingredients is the erythritol, which is also can be a little harmful if consumed, a lot. But if you keep it in moderation, but you still have to speak to your healthcare provider, look at the different side effects that the alcohols that are contained in the different alternative for sugars, what type of side effects you may feel or have, so that you can keep track of what you're eating. And so if you are the type of person that you have to monitor your glucose levels, but you still want to be able to enjoy a cup of coffee with a little bit of sweetener in it, everything in moderation, but also keeping track of what those side effects are, to make sure that your body is receiving what you're putting in, and it's receiving it in a positive way. So I'm going to try this one. I also have the monk fruit with allulose, which I couldn't find the packet. I know it's somewhere in this house. And I also have the Truvia. But this one, I find that if you are pre-diabetic, or if you are diagnosed with either type 1 or type 2, you need to be careful, because this one can spike up your sugar levels because of the cane sugar. Because this Truvia, although it has that stevia, but it's blended with the cane sugar as well as the erythritol. But this one, I feel like it's my favorite, because it's the one that comes closest to sugar. And so this is the one that I enjoy the most with my coffee. But I also am liking the Splenda, this one, the Splenda uh, monk fruit. Again, this one also has erythritol. And so I'm trying to find one that has no erythritol, which I found the one with allulose. But even with allulose, you still have to be careful because of the case studies out there. So I, tend to overanalyze a lot of things, and I always research, like, what does this do? What does that do? And so you can never find the perfect product. Everything can be harmful if taken and over excess, right? But I have started to be on a no sugar, like low sugar possible, even cutting out carbs and having some carbs. So a lot of the products that I do buy are keto friendly, although I'm not really following a full keto diet because I feel like some carbs are needed, especially when I have those days that I'm resetting. But a lot of the keto products, again, I would suggest that you look at the ingredients and that you be careful. Don't just go by the front of the label because it says keto friendly and it says plant-based this and it says that or the other. Because I have found that a lot of the keto products do have a lot of excess alcohol sugars in them that can be the cause of a lot of headaches, a lot of even, studies have shown that erythritol and other additives can cause heart issues, blood clotting, and all of that stuff. So those are things that you want to be mindful of. And before you make that switch, that you speak to your healthcare provider and that you have a plan. And if you are going to consume them, like everything else, you want to make sure that it is in moderation. All right. Another thing that I switched out of my pantry because I like sugar. I love sweets, right? That's my downfall is the sugary snacks. And so I wanted to be able to still make, cakes, and I still wanted to be able to make certain desserts, but not feeling guilty that has a lot of sugar so that it doesn't spike the glucose levels to any of the family members that may be experiencing or have diabetic diagnosis. And so what I did was for the granular sugar, I also brought Swerve. I ended up picking this one up. Again, this one also has erythritol in it, but it has no carb. It has 8 grams of carbs, but the way that it was explained to me and how you break up the carbs is you are going to take the number of carbs, subtract it by the number of fiber, minus any alcohol sugars added, and then that will give you the total net carbs. So this one has a total of 8 grams of carbohydrates in it, but it has 6 grams of erythritol, so you're only having like that total net carb of 2. All right. Again, you don't want to ingest too much of it because you also got to see how your body is going to react to the erythritol that is contained. But if you are going to be baking or if you are going to drink coffee, hot chocolate, or whatever, and you really want to watch your sugar levels, I would try this particular thing. When it comes to making any types of frostings, whipped cream, things like that. I also went with the Swerve Confectioners sugar. And so this is also a good alternative. Again, not everything is perfect. You're going to have some of these things that, again, you have to be mindful. You have to do your research and you have to see how your body is going to react to it as well. Now, this one says that it has 8 grams of carbs, but it also has 8 grams of erythritol. And so you do the numbers with that as well. And so this is according to 1 tablespoon of the Swerve. Okay, so you also want to, just because it is a sugar alternative doesn't mean, okay, I'm gonna add more of it. It just means that you have to stay within that moderate serving. Another thing that I found was this cacao nibs, organic. Okay, and so if you like chocolate chips, now I found these to be a little bit hard, so probably when you bake them they will soften up, but these are great. You can make muffins. It has a nice muffin recipe. It is a cacao banana muffins. So I haven't tried it yet, but I did buy this and I ended up buying it because I wanted to make a smoothie with it. And that video is coming up where I show you how to make different types of smoothies that are keto friendly, low sugar, low carb, and all plant-based so that you can enjoy, especially if you're going into a detox where you want to kind of like start off not eating a lot of things but still getting all of the vitamins and nutrients that you need while you're dieting. And so I used it for a specific recipe and I kind of like it. So this one is from Navitas Organic. Again, it is a superfood and it is plant-based, and it's, if you're following the keto diet, this would be really good for you. Now, I'm not really following, like I mentioned before, I love the keto diet because pre-pandemic era, it did help me to lose 35 pounds. Um, but I think that when you reach a certain age and if you are entering into the premenopause stage, um, keto is helpful, but at the same time, there's other things that you have to watch for, hormones and all this other stuff. So, and I believe that some carbs are good for you. So I like to have those good carbs that my body can still break down, not have too much of it. But I've stayed away from all sugary things such as soda, juices, and things like that. Instead, I have, and I've shared this on my channel before, I use these stevia water drops, and this is my favorite flavor. They have other ones like grape and peach, and I forgot lemon, strawberry lemonade. This one by far is my favorite. This one is the strawberry kiwi, and you just squirt a little bit of this in your water because drinking water all day, every day, and that's all, it tends to get boring, honestly. But this, if you are have a sweet tooth like I do, this will definitely carve that sweetness. It will stop you from craving um other sugary drinks, not because of any magical powers that it has, but only because you get to taste some form of sweetness. And so you don't think about those things. So this is one of my favorites. So I ordered, like, I did a little stockpile. I ordered about 5 or 6 bottles of these just so that I can have it. And so this is my go-to whenever I am tired of water with lemon. I am tired of fruit infused water. I want to have some form of juice. A couple squirts of this in your drink really goes a long way. It does help you. I'm also loving doing a lot of the smoothies because I there was a time where I felt like avocado in a blender with milk and fruits and all other types of vegetables was not appealing to me. But honestly, if you ever had a smoothie with avocado, you barely even taste the avocado, and it makes the smoothie so much richer. It's filling, and it's a healthy fat that your body needs. And so I have found myself making smoothies with the avocado, adding some strawberries, adding some blueberries. And because I'm allergic to dairy products, I can't use the regular milk. So I incorporated with some coconut milk. Um, Almond milk, I love almond milk, but it turns out when I did an allergy test that I was allergic to that. I never felt anything that my body acts to it until I did the test. But if you want to use any other alternative milk product, you can use it as well. And also adding in some flaxseed. Flaxseed, grounded flaxseed is good because it has a lot of fiber and it's low in carbs and no sugar, right? And so this is good for your digestive system. Great to make crackers, especially if you are following a keto diet fully and you still want to have some of those snacks. This is good to have. And so this is different from the flax seed itself. It is grounded because it is ground flaxseed because some of the recipes that I have for making those smoothies require this particular ingredient. So I picked this one up. A lot of the ingredients that you're gonna need for making like low sugar desserts, 0 to no sugar desserts, also require some xanthan gum and some keto friendly dessert recipes because it acts like a thickening agent. So this is good for baking and cooking. And so this is why I picked up some xanthan gum. Although this also, when doing research, it's, again, make sure you understand what it is that you're putting in your body so that you can understand if your body is reacting to whatever ingredient that you're putting in there. And so I picked this up. Again, this is also gluten-free. So anyone who may have some celiac disease or just want to shy away from gluten, these products are really helpful for that as well. Coconut flour is also another good alternative. And like I said, they said the test showed that I am allergic to almond flour, but I picked up some almond flour anyway. because some of the recipes that I do want to make, you can use either or. So I also have to be mindful that I'm not the only one in the house that is allergic. That I am the only one in the house that's allergic to almond flour, and I'm already making a lot of adjustments. So everyone else in the family has to get adjusted to this different type of eating. But I also include those items here as well. Like I still have all-purpose flour because I have a teenager who's into baking right now, and she doesn't want to use these. She wants to use the flour. So I'm also mindful of that, but I'm also introducing these new recipes so that they can get used to it. Hi, Charlene. Oh, why did I call you Charlene? Hi, Kate. And so this is why I am incorporating these so that I can slowly, as I make them for myself, I can say, hey, do you want to try it? And as I'm doing that, I find that the family, they are enjoying it. And they're like, you know what, this does taste better. And so now I know, okay, now I'm going to make it this way moving forward. I'm also going to be working on, especially now for the holiday seasons, and making a low sugar or no sugar like flan, because in our home, in our culture, flan recipes are big for, you know, Christmas season, Thanksgiving. And so the only thing that I'm going to find hard to make is that arroz con dulce, because rice is just too high in carbs and it does spike up your sugar levels. So that's going to be really hard for me to do that. I don't think that I can make a healthier version of that for anyone that is watching their sugar levels. I don't think that is going to necessarily taste really good with the brown sugar, so I'm not even going to dare to make that like that. But it's something that I'm going to miss for quite some time. And I can have it. I don't have any diabetes diagnosis, but I also don't want to become pre-diabetic because of all the sugar that I used to like to eat. It's been about a month now since I have totally cut off all sugars, and I have lost a total of 14 pounds, and that's without working out, because I haven't gotten to that step of my process of this new lifestyle, but I'm getting there. And imagine if I was to hit that gym or to work out here in my home, I think that I will lose the weight even faster. And so that's why I love the keto. And I like following it, but I'm not fully following it, because once I hit ketosis and then I add a little portion of the carbs, y'all know that once you have a little bit of sugar, a little bit of carbs, it kicks you out of ketosis. But I'm also a firm believer that the cyclic version of keto does work as well, because I do the intermittent fasting for like 5 to 6 days, and then I have that one day where I'm resetting. Because of the past, when I was following the keto diet, I plateaued. There was a moment where that's it. It doesn't matter how many carbs I was leaving out, no more weight was coming off. And I believe it's because you have to trick your body into saying, hey, look, I have this cheat day. So, but even in the cheat days, you want to stay on track. That doesn't mean let me go get a whole, pumpkin pie and let me eat it. It just means that now I'm going to have the carbs that I want to have, but make sure that there are healthier versions of that carb as you're resetting yourself to reach ketosis again. Another thing to have, again, almonds. I love almonds. For some reason, the allergy test that came up that I'm allergic to them. Honestly, I still consume them and I haven't felt anything. Praise the Lord. But, you know, almonds is a good snack to have because it helps you stay full, okay, because of the high level of fiber that it has. Now, these are sliced and they're good for when you're making, baking recipes or adding them into your yogurt. And so one of the good yogurts that I like is the 000 Oikos. They are one of the best tasting yogurts that I've had in a long time. That one, and I forgot the name brand of the other one. I know it starts with an S, but it's a coconut one because the dairy doesn't sit too well with me. Being allergic to dairy is kind of similar to those people who may be lactose intolerant. So you may get a lot of pain, a lot of bubbling, inflammation. And so I try not to use a lot of the dairy products, but I still like love my butter and things like that. So but having these on hand is definitely worth having them in your pantry. Then again, with the sugar alternatives, I would have to say the Swerve brand for me is one of the best when baking with it, because it tastes like normal sugar, but it's not. And this brown sugar is definitely a must, especially when you want to use some bacon, or you want to use them in your recipes for sweet and savory dishes. So this is definitely gives you that zero guilt, where you're not going to spike your glucose levels, especially if you're cooking for someone in your family who may have some form of diabetes. You don't want to spike their sugar levels. So one of the recipes that I love to do, again, I've even changed the name brands of the bacon. I used Applegate, and the reason that I use the Applegate brand is because it doesn't have that nitrate included in the bacon. But I will also limit bacon, because again, it is still processed. It still can cause cancer if consuming a lot of it. But if you're just using it sparingly every once in a while, which kind of sucks, right? Because I was always a firm believer that bacon makes everything taste better. um, but you can take some bacon, you can chop them up once you make them, and then you can take some veggies like Brussels sprouts or carrots, and then you can toss them in there on the stove. You can saute them or even put them in the oven. Once the the vegetables, before they come tender, I would say maybe like 3 to 4 minutes, depending on the type of vegetables that you're cooking, because depending on the type is also going to take a little longer. But you can sprinkle some brown sugar on top of it so it can caramelize them and give them a sweet taste, as well as having that saltiness from the bacon. So that's good keto recipes. Can't wait to share them with you so you can see how I incorporate these. But they're also good for baking, especially now the Christmas season is coming up. Everybody's looking to make Christmas cookies, Christmas cakes, Thanksgiving pies, and all this other stuff. Why not just have a healthier version so that you don't feel guilty? You know, some of us work so hard in trying to lose weight, trying to eat healthy. Here comes the holidays, and then we just kind of like fall off the wagon, and we don't need to do that. We can still enjoy some of the tasty foods without it being harmful. But, and I say a big but, again, like I mentioned earlier, you also want to see what are the other ingredients that these alternatives include, and make sure that you keep it in a moderate serving so that you don't face any of those harmful side effects. Um, Unsweetened shredded coconut, another must have, especially if you are doing smoothies, if you are doing any desserts, good to have. And again, coconut oil, coconut milk, coconut shredded coconut is so good and healthy for you. So this is definitely something that I've added to my pantry so that I can have my ingredients for when I want to do some of the sweet alternatives. Now, in this channel, I have done, I'm going to be hosting a collaboration over with Holly over at Holly's Homemade Haven. And each month, we are going to come and bring you recipes from it's a cookbook series, so all of the recipes will come from a cookbook. And so I'm going to incorporate all of these ingredients using a, whether it's a keto friendly, diabetic friendly, low carb, you know, gluten free cookbook, so that you can see there's hope out there that we can still have some of those desserts, but do it in a healthy way, where we are not going to have a guilt trip because I ate a slice of cake and now I have to go and work this off for a whole month. Because, you know, you can eat it and it tastes so good, but then the consequences, you know, are weeks of shedding whatever weight we gain from those, especially when you reach a certain age. You know, I've noticed that what I've eaten in the past in my 20s and no longer is friendly to me now in my 40s. And so that's like, man, your body does go through this change. So it's something to be conscious of. One more product that I will also add would be the 100% cacao. Now you can go a little bit lower. I would say maybe to like the 70 to 80. This is great for baking. I love to use these when I'm making souffles or any chocolate cake that is going to be low in sugar and carbs. And so this type of unsweetened chocolate, again, because you're going to be adding the sweetener, so you're going to get that sweetness coming from it. You can make hot chocolate with this and any other cookies and any other dessert that you may like. Let's see, what else do I have here? Let me put this back. And then next, what I want to start doing with my channel as well, because I noticed that cooking videos should be quick videos. I shouldn't have to have like more than a 5-minute video where I'm showing you how to make something. Because I'm just really showing you how to put it together, and with the recipe, a quick demonstration. I feel that that would be a little bit more friendly for my viewers who are just looking for a recipe to quickly follow instead of going through this whole monologue of what I like, what a blah, blah, blah. So I will provide like smaller videos now, which kind of sucks because YouTube always wants you to have like at least an 8-minute video so that you can retain the viewer. But I feel like for the cooking channel, having such a long video for a cooking demonstration is really long. And I say this because as a home cook who is always looking for something new to make for my family, when I look for a video, I'm looking for something quick. I don't want to hear the person's history. I don't want to hear the person. I just like, what is it that I need? How do I make this? And that's it. And so that's the kind of like the direction that I want to take my video in. So you're going to probably see a more boost in shorts and probably just videos 5 minutes or less. And then when I want to share and update you about certain recipes or collaborations or things like that, then I will come on live and share with you the products that I have purchased that I feel will help you whenever you're trying to make a new lifestyle change, especially when it comes to eating certain foods. Okay, then give me 1 second. I have to get something else. Trying to get the seat. Let me get the butter cookies there. Yep, there you go. Put them right on top of this. I'm right here. I think I have the pumpkin spice. Can you get the other one like that? Yeah. I don't eat those. Those are the dogs. I'll have these, and I have the other brand like this. Oh, here it goes, Mia.
It's still in there. That's why it was unopened in the box.
It was still unopened in the box. I found my monk fruit. The canto is one of my favorites to have. I also have a syrup in that box, Mia. It's like a little.
Yeah, I know.
It's wrapped in.
Everything out. All the sugary stuff.
Yeah. If you're not, there's another one in the pantry that I already opened that I can just show the viewers what it is. But this is the one that I was talking about earlier. Oh, yeah, that's great too. This is the Lakanto with allulose, without the erythritol. When I was doing research, I read that allulose is a little bit more safer than the erythritol. So this is why I picked that up. And so I can't wait to try it. Again, this brand, Lakanto, usually has a lot of other sugar alternative items that you can have, like maple syrup, regular syrup alternatives for those of you who are pancake lovers. Now I'm going to be sharing a pancake recipe that is going to be so delicious. I mean, I love it. And it's also, again, keto friendly. You're not using flour, you're using coconut. You can use coconut flour or you can use the almond flour, and you make it along with some cream cheese. Now, another brand that I found that I love. Okay, again, their products are, some of the things are hit or miss, but the items that I'm going to share with you today are items that I love, and some I have not tried yet. As you can see, I haven't even tried this one yet, but I'm a big Nutella lover, okay? And this product has a Nutella-like product. It's a milk, cacao, cocoa, whatever, hazelnut spread. Mia, get me a spoon. I have to try this on camera.
For the syrup, right?
You get
pumpkin. I can't find it. It's not in there.
The pumpkin.
And it's not in the box.
It's
either.
fine, but the regular pancake syrup.
I gave that to you.
You gave it to me right here, yeah. So I need a spoon because I want to try this hazelnut on camera. I need to try this because I love me some Nutella. And I love me some Ferrero Rocher. I always mess up their name. Ferrero Rocher. 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 Rocher.
I call it Ferrero Rocher.
Rashad. All right, so let me try this.
I'm gonna try it.
You gonna try it too?
No, I need the peanut butter ones.
Oh, those peanut butter ones are better than the other ones that I purchased because those other ones from the peanut butter cup version from Atkins, I didn't like.
I thought it was.
Oh my God, this smells like hazelnut.
I don't think I
Oh, you can. You got. It smells like hazelnut. The consistency of it is like the Nutella
maybe
type.
A little more watery.
But this one.
What does it taste like? Does it taste like Nutella?
I love it. Want to try?
I guess. I mean, I wasn't really a Nutella fan like that.
It's it's a little sweet, you know, because the alternative always make it seem sweeter. But it's really good. You can't taste because she.
No, I can taste. I can taste fine.
Oh well, you look like it. It tastes really good. Honestly, for it to be an alternative, and this is from Chalk Zero. Chalk Zero is kind of being my hero right now. Because again, I have a sweet tooth and it's hard for me to just get off sugar. So this really is keeping me on track.
I like this better than Nutella. I feel like
this is lighter, is less sweet, but you can still taste that because for some reason the sugar alternatives are always sweeter. It has that sweet taste to it, but this one is light. Nutella is heavy, really rich. This one has that richness, but it's not overpowering. And you taste the Nutella. It's really good. This is a win. Chug Zero. If you have not tried it, check it out. Can you find the other jelly that I brought? That is the strawberry, right? The Whole Foods. Strawberry one? Yeah. Another thing that I need to have in my home is honey. Okay. I never knew that they had an alternative to honey because honey comes from bees, right? So everything else has to be kind of like made up. But this one also from Chalk Zero, this is a keto-friendly honey, and it is amazing, okay? This is one of the best things that I've tried, and I use it for my teas. If you can also use them whenever you want to eat fruit, or if you want to have it on your waffles or pancake that are keto-friendly. This is definitely a must. I would definitely recommend that you get this. And today I'm sharing all things that are alternative for sugar. Next week when I come live, I will share all things that are an alternative to salt, okay? But this one here, this is the honey. This is so delish. I love it. And the consistency is a little bit more watery than the honey. You know how the honey sometimes takes a little longer. This one is a little bit more quick and its pouring, if that makes sense, but it's still effective. I like it.
Strawberry ones.
No, I don't need that one. That's not the one that I was talking about. I was talking about the one that says Whole30 on it. It's strawberry. It's not that brand.
So, but how does it look?
It's smaller. Yeah, it's in the kitchen, but you can take that one back. If you can't find it, it's fine. Don't worry about it. This one is a maple pecan syrup, again from Chalk Zero. The only thing that I would say about this brand, or any brand, whenever you are, whether it's Lakanto, whether it's this, whether it's anything Splenda, and its alternative, is always going to be a little bit more than the regular items, but well worth it. This syrup right here, I'm telling you, it comes closest to the regular sugary syrup that's bad for you. Okay, but again, too much of something is always bad, so you always want to make sure that you're eating the right amount. So even if you want to have regular pancakes that are not made with the almond flour and the coconut flour or things like that, but you just want to watch your sugar levels, because those pancakes are probably going to spike your sugar anyway because it's made with the regular flour. But at least you can have this type of syrup, this type of maple syrup, which is pretty good. And I like it a lot. All right. These I have not tried. These are the Chalk Zero flavored coffee syrups. These are sugar-free, and so you have the caramel, vanilla, and hazelnut. Now, I purchased one of these pumpkin spice I really didn't like it, the pumpkin spice. And that's not to say that I'm not going to like these, because with pumpkin spice, I feel like whenever we're coming to the fall, people go crazy with the pumpkin spice trend, right? So some things that are labeled or flavored pumpkin spice are good, and some are just like, no, listen, don't, I know you're trying to stay, relevant, but some things just, and that syrup for me, it was too sugary. It didn't really taste like pumpkin spice, and I felt like it was a miss. But that's not to say that these are not gonna work. So as I try them, I will come back and share with you my thoughts on them as well. But so far, Chalk Zero is my go-to for all things snacks that are gonna help me to curb my sugar craving. And let me tell you, if you love this right here, you need to add this to your cart today, okay? If you like the almond joys, I'm telling you right now, this is it. This is a small packet that comes in there, and this one is closed. The other one I had open, but it's just a two little almonds wrapped in a wrapper, and it's covered in chocolate and coconut, and it is so good. And only like those two little pieces, or even one, is enough to curb your sugar appetite, and you can have that little snack without feeling guilty. So if you have not tried this Chalk Zero double dipped almonds, I'm telling you right now, this is it. And I love sugar. I'm the type that I would have almond joys, Kit Kat, Snickers. Give me the M&Ms with peanuts, without peanuts, with peanut butter. That was the type of sugary person. Like while I'm doing my work, my homework, or while I'm doing research because I have a paper due, I'm a snacker while I'm studying or reading. That is what I need to have next to me. So to have this and tell me that it has no sugar is a plus. Okay, so you definitely have to check this out. All right, let's talk about Oreos. I love Oreos. I love me some Oreos. You can do so many things with Oreos. You can make chocolate truffles. You can have a cup of milk and dip those Oreos with milk and eat them. You can make a pie crust when you're making a cheesecake. Milkshakes, cookies and cream, okay? I'm talking about Oreos, whether they are the chocolate Oreos or the golden Oreos. Chalk Zero has made their own version, and they are amazing.
And the name is cute too, Dunkies.
Yes, Dunkies. They are absolutely amazing. Now, I was never I love the regular Oreos and I like these, but I was always like the golden Oreo type of fanatic. Let me tell you, this right here, when I tell you that this is the closest that you will ever find, this right here is, I will even choose this one over the golden Oreos because they are that good. They are delicious. You can have one cookie is enough to curb your appetite. I love it. And every time, I'm the type of person that after dinner, immediately I have to have something sweet. I've always been like that. I don't know why, but I have one of these and I'm good. And I'm telling you, I'm doing so well with my intermittent fasting. And I can do a video about that later. But my window of eating is from 12 in the afternoon to 8 p.m. in the evening. And I'm telling you, once I close my window, and sometimes even a little bit before my window ends, I'm already full. I don't need to eat anything. All I continue to do is just drink some water, but even try to stay away from the water before you go to bed because you don't want to keep waking up in the middle of the night to have to go to the bathroom. But this, my friends, Chalk Zero. And let me tell you, this one is a popular item because when I first ordered this, I ordered it through Amazon. And I ordered one of each, right? These were so good that Felix, he usually likes the dark Oreos, but he liked these so much better that he was starting to eat mine. And so when I went to order again, when I went to the actual Chalk Zero website, They ran out. They were like, we're out of stock. I was like, oh no, oh no. So I ended up getting like a case of these. Yeah, that's how bad it is. But yeah, these are amazing. Try them out. And I'm telling you, I've also purchased a Ninja ice cream maker. So you're gonna see me do an unboxing of that as well, because I want to make my own ice cream. I don't want to buy, if I can make all of the items in-house where I know what I'm putting in, it's healthier version, I can adjust the tastes, right? And the seasonings and all that, why not? And so I want to make my own ice cream, my own gelatos, my own sorbets and all that stuff, but a healthier version where I can eat it and not feel guilty. When I make that, I am going to make me some Oreo McFlurries, but I can't make a McFlurry because this is not McDonald's, but a version of that, because I'm gonna miss those McFlurries the most. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I love them and they're so addicting.
I had one. Like,
yeah, you can have one. Yeah, you need to start coming on camera with me so we can have these conversations together. That's Mia Grace for all of you. So moving on, I show you the now let's go to peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter, I love peanut butter as a snack. If you are watching your carbs and if you're watching your sugar levels, some of the breads that you can buy, and I will feature those breads at a later time, but I'll share some of the names with you. I will go with the 647 breads because they are low in carbs, and it's not going to kick you out of ketosis if you eat the standard serving size. And so sometimes you just need a snack. You also need to have some form of carbs, right? Because if you're following a low carb diet, especially if you're trying to follow a diabetic meal plan, having something like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, hello, this is delicious. Now, it's not going to have that purplish color. It's going to have more of a brownish color, but the taste is so good. Now, one of the and that bread that I mentioned is only one of them. Sara Lee also has like a low carb bread, and I believe that Aldi's also have like these keto friendly breads. Sola, I believe it's another name brand that is good. So whatever bread you like that is low in carbs, I would say to, have your sandwich. And this Chalk Zero peanut butter is something that even if you don't want to follow keto, even if you're not so interested in following a low sugar diet, but I mean, if you have kids and you don't want them to be all over the place jumping up and down because of that sugar rush, man, these are good items to have as well. And I picked one up in grape, and I also have the strawberry because I'm a strawberry type of chick. And so I haven't tried this one yet. It hasn't been opened yet, but once I do, I'm definitely going to let you know how the strawberry one tastes. I do like the grape one because it tastes absolutely delicious. And I got that from Chalk Zero as well. Then for you peanut butter lovers, Reese cups, I'm telling you, I have to have my snacks. This right here is closest. I've tried the Atkins one. Do we have the Atkins one over there, Mia? So this one here, again, is from Chalk Zero. This is the peanut butter cups, milk chocolate.
I prefer the Atkins.
And then Mia says she prefers the Atkins one. And this is from Keto. And this is not, I'm sorry. I keep saying Atkins is Equate. It's Equate, not Atkins. Felix prefers these two. Yeah. And Mia likes these.
I mean, I didn't say I like them. I just said I preferred them.
Okay, so she preferred them. I don't prefer this one because this one is more like the peanut butter is more like a caramel consistency. That's not peanut butter. This one has more of the peanut butter consistency like the Reese's. And this is why Chalk Zero gets the plus sign for me. This one is good too, don't get me wrong, but I like this one. But either or would be a good option for you if you're looking to carve that, craving, that sugar craving. So you can have that one back. So this one I had added on, and I absolutely love it. You can have no guilt of eating this. So yeah, that's why I added it to my cart.
I think the consistency of the Chalk Zero is better then
Yeah,
that would. But the taste, I prefer the.
really. I
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, you know, yeah. Take that spoon out of there so I can grab these clusters. All right. Next up are these Chalk Zero pecan caramel clusters. I don't like them as much. They're good. It's not that they're bad. The zero downside is that the caramel is so hard. You're going to have to take a trip to the dentist eating these bad boys. If only the caramel was a little bit softer, it would be like I would give it a 5 out of 5. But because it's so hard, and as you can see it even in the picture, it's like really hard, and you just got it stays in your mouth, and I don't like it because it sticks to your teeth and all that. So that's the reason why I don't really like it as much, but I wanted to try it out. It is good. Don't get me wrong, the taste is good. People like that type of consistency. I guess is all about the person's preference. But again, these treats, these options, now that you know the holiday season are coming up and you want to have a dessert table out there, these are a good alternative to have. And even if you want to put a basket together for the school teachers, you know, and you want to give out some stuff, but you also want to give out some healthy things, these are definitely a must to have. Okay, I love me some cookies. I love the Girl Scouts and everything. I used to be a very big, I would buy a lot of cookies from these Girl Scouts, okay? But now that's not going to happen anymore. And I apologize to all you little Girl Scouts out there, but unfortunately, I have to look out for my health. So I have to find an alternative. One of my favorite cookies from Girl Scouts is trefoil cookies. Excuse me, love them. I love, love, love. Oh my God, Kate, tell me about those Girl Scout cookies. Man, I used to have them by the boxfuls. And now I'm like, okay, I need to find an alternative. Again, I went to Chalk Zero, and they have these butter cookies. And these, I mean, I have tried a lot of other sugar-free snacks, and I trust me, that's why I never showed them or featured them on my channel before, because it's like I didn't like the taste. Why bother buying them, right? But this one comes closest, and I'm pretty sure I know that they use the almond flour for these because you can kind of taste it, but it is so good with coffee. Honestly, one of the best versions of butter cookies from Chalk Zero that I found to be a healthier alternative to the store, you know, to the sugar that comes along with them. So these are great to have. Again, you can always just make a little gift basket, give them away, or keep them in your pantry so that you can curb that sugar appetite. And then I also have here, and I'm gonna end with this one because I think I shared a lot of the sugar products that I brought. Again, I mentioned that I love Ferrero Rocher, whatever, however you pronounce them. I love them. Every time for Valentine's, every year, I tell my husband, please don't come with that tired heart filled with these same old chocolates. Just bring me a Ferrero Rocher and I'll be happy with that, because I love the Nutella spread, that hazelnut spread that comes in there, and then the hazelnut that's in the middle, and then it's dipped in this chocolate that is like a cookie wafer type of thing. It is delicious. Anywho, Chalk Zero has this one, and this, let me put it a little bit like this because of it's called Royal Truffle Variety. This right here is so good. It's so rich, and it's honestly one of them. If you split it between you and your partner, it will be good just to curb your appetite for the sugar craving. It is so delicious. I think that my favorite one I think is the gold one, but they're all good. I think the silver one has a little bit of the coconutty, or like a dulce de leche type of thing. And then the one that's in the brown is like the chocolate. They're all truffles, but this one is more like a double chocolate type flavor. And I believe they all have like some type of a nut in them, if I'm not mistaken. These are good. I love, 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 love these. And as you can see, we've already tried some because I couldn't wait to do this video and tell my family not to have any of these snacks. So after dinner or after lunch, we would like, everyone is allowed one snack so they get to choose what they want. And so I am happy that I've made these changes. Again, before this, I'm gonna say in the summer, maybe like when I came back from vacation in July, I was at a whopping 249 pounds. That is the biggest I have ever been my entire life. Let me tell you, I wanted to cry. But y'all also know that I'm very transparent in my on my channel, and I never shy away from the my weight loss journey and how it yo-yos. I go up and down, right? But this time around, it's serious. Like, I really want to make this lifestyle change. At this point, losing the weight would be a bonus. It's just making sure that whenever I do my lab work, all the numbers come down, that they're okay. I don't want to spike in anything. I don't want to spike in cholesterol. I don't want to spike in sugar. I don't want to spike in hypertension. I want to be able to enjoy my life. I want to enjoy my family. I want to have enough time. I want to be healthy. I want to feel better. I'm tired of feeling groggy. I'm tired of feeling like with all this brain fog. And sugar is the enemy, sugar and salt. I'm telling you, I've heard a lot of people say that sugar is like, people can be addicted to sugar the same way as they're addicted to cocaine, and the ramifications that it does to your body. And after doing the research and after reading, those two things are silent killers: diabetes and hypertension. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to make sure we're feeding our children correctly. And I get it, because the economy is not doing so good now. Everything that's expensive is the healthy stuff. Everything that is bad for you is what you can get 2 for $5 or buy one get one free. And that is so nerve-wracking, because when you're on a budget and you have to decide whether I'm going to get this, and even though it's better for me but it costs $10, I can only get a small packet of it. Or if I can get 3 for $5, I'm going to gravitate for the 3 for $5, especially when you have a family. But at the end of the day, and in the long run, you're going to be paying more, because now you have all of these medical bills that you have to pay for, because insurance is crap in this country as well. Okay. And so now you have all of these medical bills because of all of the things you've consumed throughout the years. And you don't feel it right away. You feel it once you get to a certain age, where now your body is changing and it's reacting differently. So it's like, I want to relearn how to eat healthy, so that I can educate myself and my family, as well as so they can educate their little family and make better choices now, so that it won't affect them later. This fall, I would say, was a real wake-up call of really sitting down and thinking about, what is it that I am putting on my table for my children to eat, for my loved ones to eat. And I just feel like I need to make a change. We have fast foods popping up everywhere as well. When you're a working mom, a working dad, both parents working out of the home, or if you are a busy stay-at-home mom and you're trying to do your little side hustle on the side, and then you're taking care of the kids, you're taking care of the home. Sometimes making quick meals or buying quick meals outside is they're our savior, but at the same time, they're not. They are wreaking havoc on our health, and we need to be so careful. You can make those meals on your own. Again, when you don't have the time, it's hard. You go for the easy. And so I'm learning to kind of like really meal prep, really buying ingredients that are wholesome and that I can still enjoy, and that we don't have to just be eating, cardboard and water. You can actually make your meals taste better. And so that's what you're going to be seeing on my content moving forward, and letting you know this is what I'm doing, because the phone had a ring.